Hey guys, so it is officially the end of the month and I'm here to do my January wrap up and February TBR. Again, I have a different filming setup. If you follow me on Twitter, you would know that I filmed this yesterday because I knew I was going to be busy today and I didn't think I'd have time to film, edit, upload, export, import, all that stuff. But when I went to edit it last night, my mouth decided not to line up with my voice and it was going to take way too much editing to fix. So here I am refilming it on my camera, and I don't know if I like this filming setup yet, but we will see. So I didn't have the best reading month this month, but considering the circumstances, it's not that bad. I did read 7 books, which for some people is quite a bit, but I usually read like 9 or 10. So, and I'm behind on my Goodreads goal already, so. The first book I read was Organic Oil with Essential Oil by Rebecca Park-Totilo. Sorry, but a lot of the books I do not have on me because I moved this month, so a lot of the books are with my dad, or I just don't know where they are in this house. So, yeah. I did a full review for this on my blog and also on my channel, but I give it 3 out of 5 stars, so check out my review if you want to know why I give it that. Then I finally finished Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. I will stop living in my chair now because I'm sure that is annoying or distracting. I didn't enjoy this book as much because it was a reread for me. It was very slow for me to get through. It was over 400 pages, which I think was kind of long, and some of the parts did not need to be in there. But I read this back in 10th grade, and yeah, I was just kind of disappointed. And I started this back in the summer maybe, and I just finished it this month, so that's why I couldn't give it a higher rating. Then probably the best book that I read this month was The Treatment by Suzanne Young. This is the second book to the program, and I think it's the last book, but I'm not entirely sure. There might be a novella, but again, I'm not entirely sure. This was like my most anticipated book of 2014, and I got an e-arc of it, so I was very excited about that, and I read it right away, and I read it in 2 days. Then another book I was reading forever was Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. I was so excited to read this book. I had such high hopes for it. It was so cute, but I ended up only giving it 3 stars. I had given it 4, but I changed it down to 3. And if you want to know why, I just did a review on my blog, so make sure you go check that out. Then a book that I do have on me is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read this alongside my friend Ke-sha from the First Second 707. I'll link her channel down in the description. And she actually finished this before I did, but again, I was busy. So I loved this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I will be doing a review for this one. I just haven't exactly written it yet, but I think I'm posting it next week. So this was just so thrilling and exciting, and it captured my attention right from the beginning, and it went somewhere at the end where I did not expect it to go, and I can't wait for the sequel. It would have been good as a standalone, but I'm still very excited for the sequel. Then I read The Forbidden Game by L.J. Smith. This was a bind-up of the 3 books in this little trilogy, and this book was also part of my Big Book Challenge of 2014 and my rereads goal for 2014. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed, I think, the first story more than the other ones, but they were also very good. I overall gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, but I had like the first story memorized because I loved it so much, and then I'd kind of forgotten what happened in the other 2. It was still well done, but some parts were kind of draggy, so that's why I couldn't give it 5 stars. So then the last book that I actually finished this month was Divergent by Veronica Roth. I was feeling very slumpy, not just reading-wise, but life-wise. I had a ton going on, and I needed kind of a pick-me-up, and this is a series, like the Harry Potter series, that I can depend on, and I flew through this because I loved it, and there were some things that I wanted to remember because I loved it. And I had started Allegiant. I read about a page and a half, and I was like, who are these people? What happened? Because I read Divergent and Insurgent in December of 2012. So I was kind of due for a reread. I had also given my friend a copy of Divergent, so she read it and loved it, and she was texting me about it, and that just made me want to read it. So yeah. So those are all the books that I actually finished this month. I've done like hardly any reading in the week that I've been in my new house because I've been so busy with a bunch of other stuff. As I'm sure you can tell, I have stuff everywhere, and my bed is covered with stuff. Right now I'm currently reading 2 books that, well, 3 technically, that I'm hoping to finish this month. The first is The Book Thief, and I'm about 100 pages into it, and I put it down figuratively and literally. I have no idea where that book is. So if I find it, I would like to read it and finish it this month. But I'm also currently reading Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, and sorry I don't have the desk jacket, but I'm about 200-ish pages in. Yeah. And not enjoying it. Right now I'd probably give it 2 stars, and I'm this close to DNFing it. It's so slow for me, and I can't seem to get into the story. I can't seem to connect to the characters. It's not the book, I don't think. I think it's just me not being able to connect with this and my mind being somewhere else. So yeah, hopefully I can finish it this weekend, at least before Monday. But I don't think that's gonna happen because I still have like 180 pages left. So this is probably the reason I'm behind on my reading challenge. And then I'd also like to finish Altered by Jennifer Rush. I started reading this a while ago and I got about 70 pages in and I put it down. I'm not sure why. It was really good. I think I probably just got distracted with a bunch of other books that I wanted to read. And there are a ton of books that I want to read right now. Like I want to read Rule so bad. I want to read Wicked. I want to read Allegiant. I want to read Stop Pretending by Sonia Sones. I want to read so many books. As I'm putting books onto my shelf and unpacking books, I'm like, I want to read this. I want to read this. I want to read this. So I gotta start flying through books so I can get to these, because my owned TBR list on Goodreads is getting ridiculously high. It is past 500, and that is ridiculously high. So we're gonna work on it by taking some of these books off the list. Plus the sequel to this just came out, and I talked way too much about this book. Except not even about it. I talked way too much while holding that book. So then we get on to my TBR for the month. It is kind of a hefty TBR. Not ridiculously hefty. I've had bigger. So yeah, I gotta catch up on my reading challenge, and like I said, there are just a ton of books I want to read. So starting off, I would like to reread Insurgent by Veronica Roth, because I did just finish reading Divergent, and the first time I read this book, I read it in a day. But I also only gave it 4 stars. I don't know if because I was reading it so fast I missed something, but I didn't enjoy this book the first time I read it. So I don't know, hopefully I enjoy it more the second time, because I'd also like to pick up and finish Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I have not been spoiled, thank goodness, and I just want to read it before I get spoiled so I can know what all the hype's about, know what everyone is talking about, know what everyone is crying about. So yeah, I gotta get to this. So the reason that I want to have Steelheart finished by Monday is because our first readathon for the yearathon starts on Monday, and it's the Harry Potter readathon. So just to clarify some things, you don't just have to read the Harry Potter series. You can read any books related to Harry Potter. You can read the book to film thing. You can read the companion books like The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Tales of Beedle the Bard, Quidditch Through the Ages, anything like that. Anything that just relates to Harry Potter. Fanfiction does not count, Ke-sha. Just saying. So for that week, I have picked 3 books. I know I will for sure be getting through the second and the third. I'd like to at least start on the 4th, but I would like to read The Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and The Goblet of Fire. All 3 books are on my reread list for this year, and the 4th one is also on my big book of 2014 list. So these books would help me reach some of my goals. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this readathon. If you're participating, let me know down in the comments, and if you aren't but want to, I will link the Goodreads group down in the description so you can join us. So these last 2 are just random books I'd like to get to. I'm not in any particular rush to read them. Well, this one that I'm about to show I am, because I have to post a review. I'm talking about The Greenwood for Butterfly by James Zernt. This one does sound really interesting. I think the cover is amazing, and even the spine on my shelf, it looks fantastic. I don't know if you can hear my dog. So my review for this I think goes up on the 12th and the 17th. I know it's Monday and a Wednesday, but I think the Wednesday comes before the Monday, if that makes any sense. Probably not, but I will let you know whenever I do this into Friday reads. I will let you know when my review will be up. And then finally, because I'm sure you can guess, I picked The Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, because this has been on my TBR forever. And I went to start it the other day, and I'd opened it, something happened, I think my dog started barking, I closed it, I put it down, and never got back to it. So I will read this month. This is also on my A to Z challenge of 2014, and when I said I went to open it, I didn't notice, but her signature is actually on like the hardcover of the book, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I would also like to get to this one, but if I don't, I don't. I'm tired of putting this on my TBR though. So plus the movie comes out this month, doesn't it? On the 7th? I probably won't read this before the 7th because I'm doing my Harry Potter readathon, but I'd like to read this and then see the movie because the movie does look funny. So yeah, those are all of the books that I read in January and all the books that I hope to read in February. Again, you should join us for the Harry Potter readathon and join the A Yearathon Goodreads page. So yeah, I'm gonna go read, well, edit this, then read, then upload it, and then read. So yeah, you can check all my progress for this month on Goodreads. I also make a monthly TBR shelf so you can see which books on that list I have finished and which ones I haven't. So yeah, and then if you guys want to see a review, I do take review requests. So I'm done talking now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for a fairly large book haul considering I'm only supposed to be buying 100 books. But yeah, so I'll see you guys then. Bye.